first chapter Aprajita Bhatt has taken, and now onwards I am Sheetal Sidana from now your English faculty. So I hope my voice is clear. If yes, please raise hand so that I should know that you all can hear my voice clear. Okay, so shall I start with the class? Okay. So students, as we all know that in our 10th class, there's a pattern with the first chapter. After the chapter, we have a part of poetry. Chapter Letter to God has been explained by man. So now we will move with the two poetries after this chapter. First one we will do today. That is Dust of Snow by Robert Frost. You can know Dust of Snow by Robert Frost. Robert Frost is a very well-known nature poet, right? You must have also gone through some of his poetries earlier in your previous classes. Robert Frost, his full name is Robert Lee Frost, but he is basically known by Robert Frost. He writes poems about life and landscape. That is, mainly his poems are related to life, but the irony, the imagery he uses, that is nature. So now today's poem also somewhere related to the nature and to the life. He is the most celebrated poet, and we are lucky enough that we are able to get the work done by him, to study, to imbibe it. So now moving further with the topic, that is the Dust of Snow. It is a short poem. It is a poem that is short. Choti poem है that considers only 8 lines. 8 lines with a set rhyming pattern. 8 lines की जो poem होती है, every poem has a meter. Meter is based on the syllables. So these are for further classes. But basically now what we have to do is that we should know that we are studying Dust of Snow. It is a poem that is a short poem because it is only of 8 lines. Okay, so 8 lines, they have a set rhyming pattern. The rhyming pattern of this short poem is first 4 lines are A, B, A, B. That when we will move with the screen sharing line to line, I will explain you that how the rhyming pattern is A, B, A, B. So now you have to know that is A, B, A, B, C, D, C, D. Poems are filled with poetic devices. Okay, the poetic devices used in this poem is alliteration and second is irony. Alliteration, you know. What is alliteration? Alliteration is when same sound is repeated again and again in a line. जब एक ही साउंड बार बार रिपीट होती है, दैट इज एलिट्रेशन. लाइक फॉर एग्जाम्पल एक लाइन आई दिस पोएम में दैट इज शोइंग सम पार्ट. So showing and some, these consonant sounds are repeated continuously. So this is alliteration. And when we talk of irony, irony is when something symbolizes one thing and defines another thing, just to contrast with two opposite things. Like in this poem, we will know about two things, that is a crow and hemlock. Crow, we know, he is not a sweet sounding bird, right? And hemlock tree is a poisonous tree. But these two things, they are a symbol of sadness and regret. But in this poem, these two things are going to move away the sadness from the life of the poet and bring a change of mood, that is happiness to him. So this is what? This is irony. So this is a poem basically showing kindness and thoughtfulness. And we can conclude it that nature we all know, Prakriti. Whenever we are sad, okay, we are at home, we are sad because of any reason. What we do? We want we always say कि मम्मी मैं 10 मिनट के लिए बाहर जाके आ रहा हूँ. Why? When we move out in the nature, we feel relaxed. So nature is the superpower. Nature has the power to change the mood, change anything. So in this poem also, nature has acted as a positive medium. Positive medium is what? पॉजिटिव मीडियम मतलब सकारात्मकता. ठीक है, सकारात्मक मतलब बहुत अच्छी चीज है जो नेगेटिविटी को हटा देती है. So whenever there is negativity in life, we should always move towards something which we feel that is going to remove this negativity and bring the positivity. Okay, so similar thing happened in this poem. The poet was very sad, very upset. He was busy, or he was, we can say, in his thoughtfulness. And suddenly, nature did something that the medium of positivity becomes in nature and changes the mood from sadness to happiness. So students, before moving on to this text, we would like to repeat that Dust of Snow is an 8-line short poem by Robert Frost. He is an American poet and the most celebrated poem of his time. This poem basically shows two things, that is kindness and thoughtfulness. अच्छाई एंड थॉटफुलनेस, सोच विचार. और ये सोच विचार में कौन था? जो हमारे पोएट थे. वो इतना सोच में थे कि he was sad and he was continuously wasting of time. Later on, when his mood changes, he realized कि oh really, thanks to the nature कि उन्होंने मेरे मूड को चेंज किया. अदरवाइज आई वुड हैव बीन सिटिंग एंड रिग्रेटिंग. मैं पछताता रहता बैठा बैठा. किस चीज के लिए? इस चीज के लिए पछताता कि इतना इंपॉर्टेंट, इतना प्रेशियस टाइम में ऐसे ही सैडनेस में और सोचने में क्या कर दिया? वेस्ट कर दिया. Okay, so when I'll explain you the poem, I will again explain the rhyming pattern. Poetic devices, that is alliteration and irony. The main thing we are going to, like in chapter there are characters and in poems also there are some important elements. First two elements are crow and the hemlock tree. What they both show? They both show sadness and regret. Okay? Sadness and regret. ये इसको symbolize करते हैं. Basically जब हम इन दो चीजों की बात करते हैं, anything that is poisonous, जहरीली चीज कभी भी अच्छी नहीं होती. Okay? So hemlock tree is also a plant, a tree that is a poisonous tree with white flowers. So ये दोनों चीजें show तो क्या कर रही है? They are showing sadness and regret. Okay. But in this poem, the crow sits on the hemlock tree. It shakes the branches. Dust of snow fell on the poet, and he suddenly changes its mood. Oh, what's this? And he really enjoys the dust of snow. Soothes him so much that all the piles of his sadness are taken away, and his mood changes to joy and happiness. So this thing is done by what? This thing is done by the crow and sitting on the hemlock tree. So both these help to shook the dust and takes away the sadness of the poet. So this is what? This is irony. Last, finally we can say the next main important element. In fact, the title of the poem, that is Dust of Snow. What is the role of dust of snow in this poem? The role of dust of snow in this poem is happiness and joy. As and when the dust of snow fell on the poet, his mood suddenly changes. And when his mood changes, he becomes happy. All the sadness is gone. And he is really happy, thinking that, oh, still a lot of time has been saved, which I can spend happily. Otherwise, the remaining time of the day would have been spent in sadness and in thoughtfulness if this dust of snow would have not fallen on him. So students, I hope the basics are all clear. So if it's okay with you, you tell me, can we move on to the text? Just raise your hands. Can we move on to the text? Yes, shall we move? And we will be taking a little small question and answer round at the last. First, let me explain you the poem. You make up the queries in your mind. Last 5 to 10 minutes, we will take the question answer round. Okay? Okay, students. So, let us start. Are you able to hear my voice? Raise your hand. Any student raise your hand so that I should be able to know. Okay, okay. So I hope the text is open in front of you. If not, I request you all, please open your book. The dust of snow, the text should be in front so that जो भी मैं आपको explain कर रही हूँ ना, आप उसको अच्छे से समझ पाओ. ठीक है? चलो. So now I am starting the poem Dust of Snow, Robert Frost. Firstly, I will read the poem as it is. Okay, then one by one, line to line explanation will be done. The way a crow shook down on me the dust of snow from a hemlock tree has given my heart a change of mood and saved some part of the day I had viewed. By Robert Frost. Firstly, we will talk about the rhyming pattern. So students, I told you that the rhyming pattern is AB, AB. You know how AB? Rhyming pattern is always done with the last sound of the word. The way a crow, you know crow, which sound is coming? O. Shook down on me. Is the me and crow sound matches with each other? No. Now see the next line, the dust of snow. So crow and snow, they both are matching with each other. Okay, so crow and snow are matching with each other. Now what we have to do, we will give the name crow A. We will give A to crow and B to me. Now crow matches with snow. So snow will also be given what? A. And me matches with tree. So both will be given B. Okay. So like this, the rhyming pattern is A, B, A, B. Similarly, in the next two lines, heart and part are same and mood and views are same. So heart and part are both given C and mood and views are given D. So CD, CD. So what is it? We can see that AB, AB and CD, CD is the rhyming pattern. Okay, clear? Now, looking at the line, the way a crow, we can see the way a crow shook down on me. So poet, he is busy in his thoughtfulness. We all know there are number of sad and unhappy moments in our life. Even हमारी लाइफ में भी बहुत से ऐसे मोमेंट्स होते हैं जो क्या होते हैं, बहुत सैड होते हैं, बहुत थॉटफुल होते हैं, हम बहुत दुखी हो जाते हैं, बहुत अनहैप्पी होते हैं, सबके साथ होता है ना ऐसा। तो सेम ऐसा ही कुछ हमारे पोएट के साथ में हुआ। तो वो भी क्या है, वो भी बहुत सैड है, बहुत अनहैप्पी है। स्टिल समवेयर हम भी हमेशा कोशिश करते हैं कि ऐसा कुछ कर ले कि हमें थोड़ा सा क्या मिले, थोड़ी हैप्पीनेस मिले, थोड़ा हमारा मूड चेंज हो, हमें भी थोड़ी पीस जैसी फीलिंग आए। तो ऐसा कुछ इसके साथ में हो रहा है, इसे भी चीयरफुलनेस और हैप्पीनेस, इन चीजों की बहुत इच्छा है। तो ये एक हेमलॉक ट्री के नीचे बहुत सोचता विचारता, बहुत थॉटफुल प्रोसेस में एक हेमलॉक ट्री के नीचे से गुजर रहा है। वो बिल्कुल इस दुनिया से अलग, अपने अलग ही किसी सोच विचार में बहुत दुखी है। बट सडनली व्हाट हैपेंस, on that hemlock tree a crow comes and perches. Perches means when a bird sits on a tree, that is perches. वो बैठा होता है and it shook the branches of what, of the hemlock tree. तो जैसे ही उन्होंने इन ब्रांचेस को शूक किया तो क्या हुआ, वो डस्ट ऑफ स्नो, स्नो के छोटे छोटे डस्ट लाइक पार्टिकल्स जो उस ट्री के ऊपर थे, they shook down and come on the fall down on the forest. और जैसे ही वो पोएट के ऊपर आते हैं, सडनली व्हाट हैपन, ऐसा ही होता है ना, हम भी कोई बहुत सोच विचार में हैं, सडनली हमें अचानक आके किसी ने आवाज लगा दी, ओके, तो हम सडनली एक बार शेक होकर के जस्ट हिल के देखते हैं कि अरे ये क्या हुआ, बट इट ब्रिंग्स अ सडन चेंज ऑफ। तो ऐसा ही हुआ, जैसे ही क्रो ने उस ब्रांचेस को शूक किया तो जो डस्ट ऑफ स्नो थी उस हेमलॉक ट्री के ऊपर, इट फेल डाउन ऑन द पोएट। और जैसे ही ये पोएट के ऊपर आई तो वी कैन से दिस नेचर, और यही नेचर क्या लेकर आ गया, उसके अंदर एक सडन चेंज ऑफ माइंड। तो ये एक ऐसा चेंज आया which took the poet to a joyfulness and a positive and liveliness in the life. Suddenly उसके अंदर change has given my heart a change of mood. तो इस dust of snow ने उसको इतना soothing experience दिया that suddenly क्या हुआ, suddenly a change of mood came in the heart of the poet. I saved some parts of the day I read. Sometimes what happens, we are very sad. हम बहुत sad होते हैं घर में, ठीक है, होल डे हम ऐसे ही वेस्ट कर देते हैं दुखी दुखी दुखी। सडनली कुछ ऐसा हो जाए कि हमारे सडनली कुछ चेंज आ जाए, या और वी कैन से अ वेरी बेसिक एग्जांपल वी कैन टेक, आप बहुत दुखी हो, बहुत परेशान हो, एंड सडनली योर फ्रेंड कम्स टू यू एंड सेज चलो यहाँ चलते हैं, वहाँ चलते हैं। तो आप अल्टीमेटली जब आपका मूड चेंज होता है, व्हाट यू से, ओ यस, दिस फ्रेंड ही केम and changed my mood, and thankfully मेरा बाकी का पूरा दिन वेस्ट नहीं हुआ। Otherwise you would have been regretting the whole day. पूरा दिन आपका रिग्रेट में चला जाता कि मैं अपना पूरा दिन वेस्ट कर दिया। As we all know that time is very precious and once it's gone, it never comes back. तो हुआ क्या, यहाँ पे भी क्या हुआ, जब पोएट का मूड चेंज हुआ, he felt the happiness, so he thought nature is also a happiness provider. मेरे आसपास इतना हैप्पीनेस है, why have I been wasting so much time? मैंने इतना समय क्यों वेस्ट कर दिया, वो यही सोच रहा था। तो उसने बहुत ही थैंकफुली उसको, नेचर को उसने थैंक यू किया, एंड ही सेड ओ थैंक्स, सेव सम पार्ट ऑफ द डे आई हैड यूज्ड, अदरवाइज मैं उसे क्या कर देता, रिव्यू कर देता। रिव्यू मीन्स आई वुड हैव वेस्टेड एंड फेल्ट ए regret. So the message what we get is there are number of sad and unhappy moments in life. Students, just listen it carefully what I am saying, because the message that I am going to tell you, the central idea of the poem, is the crux. If you are able to understand it, the lines to be understood are not very difficult. Okay? There are number of sad and unhappy moments in life, as we all also have. हमारी लाइफ में बहुत से सैड एंड बहुत से अनहैप्पी मोमेंट्स आते हैं। Still, how to try to find peace and delight and get hold of positivity and cheer. The main thing is कि हम कैसे अपनी लाइफ के अंदर हैप्पीनेस, डिलाइट, पीस और पॉजिटिविटी को लेके आते हैं। थिंग जो हमें सोचना है वो ये है। So sometimes our friends act as the positivity medium. Sometimes our family acts as a positive medium, and somewhere कुछ लोग होते हैं जिन्हें बहुत सी हॉबीज होती है अच्छी, उनकी हॉबीज उनका मूड चेंजर बन जाती है। ओके, तो ऐसा अब कुछ कुछ को स्टडिंग भी उनकी हॉबी होती है, रीडिंग उनकी हॉबी होती है, तो ये क्या होता है, दिस इज अ मूड रिलीवर एंड मूड चेंजर। तो यहाँ पे इन दिस पोयम नेचर इंस्पायर्ड हिम टू बिहेव पॉजिटिवली। So the main crux of the poem is nature is such a powerful thing that nature inspired the poet to behave positively, and nature we can say act as a positive medium and change the world. Okay, I hope everything is well explained. So we can move on to the 3-4 basic questions which are here. If it's okay with you, then the last 10 minutes we will take a query session. So you be ready with your query. So shall I start with the question answers of the poem? Okay. So thinking about the poem, it is basically the question. Then I will also ask you some basic questions about the poem in our query round. That will be general questions given to all. Whoever wishes to answer can raise the hand. Okay. I hope many of you are going to raise the hand. In fact, all of you. So thinking about the poem, this poem represents This poem presents a moment that seems simple but has a large significance. Okay, compare this to this other quotations from Robert Shaw. Always, always a larger significance. A little thing touches a larger thing. So now here we can say, what is dust of snow? What does the poet say has changed his mood? And how has the poet changed the mood? So the highlighted question you can see, students, we are going to answer this first. What is the dust of snow? We know what is dust of snow. It is basically the small particle of snow. ठीक है, स्मॉल पार्टिकल जिसे हमने यहाँ पे डस्ट का, बट यहाँ पे हमें इसको इस तरीके से नहीं मीनिंगफुल बताना है, हमें इसे यहाँ पे कैसे बताना है, डस्ट ऑफ स्नो क्या है, इट इज अ सिंबल ऑफ पॉजिटिविटी, liveliness, joyfulness, which has been fallen off from the hemlock tree, and the hemlock tree whose branches has been shoot by the crow, and it is a mood changer of who? Mood changer of the poet. ठीक है? What does the poet say has changed his mood? Poet का mood किसने change कर दिया? यही dust of snow ने. How has the poet's mood changed? Poet का mood कैसे change हो गया? As and when the dust fell on him, the soothing experience which he got from the cool dust of snow, and he suddenly realizes the beauty and the positivity of the nature, and his mood got changed. All the sadness evaporated, all the regret gone, all the downheartedness, जो उसका जी छोटा छोटा हो रहा था ना, उससे ऐसा लग रहा था कि something is not going on good, something is not okay, तो वो सारा जो downheartedness था, it moved away. Okay, so now next question, how does Frost present nature in this poem? The following questions may help you. ये questions आपको इसमें help करें. Question number 1, what are the birds that are usually named in poems? Do you think a crow is often mentioned in poems? What images come to your mind when you think of a crow? What birds that are usually named in the poem? Basically, you must have read about frog and the nightingale. So nightingale is a bird. You must have read about the cuckoo bird. Cuckoo is also bird. Albatross with the ancient marine. Some very basic poems you must have been studying or you will be studying in your further course. So basically, these are the names of the poems that are maximum times used. But in this poem, we are using crow. Crow is not such a bird that is often used. ठीक है, ज्यादातर crow को use नहीं किया, but यहाँ पे किसको use किया गया? Crow. What images come to your mind when you think of a crow, whenever we think of a crow, what we think here, crow. Crow is not a soft or very sweet speaking bird. ठीक है, crow somewhere is very big, and कहीं ना कहीं we talk a crow as the symbol of sadness. मतलब crow को देख के वो प्यारी वाली फीलिंग नहीं आती which we look at the other birds, और वो फीलिंग नहीं आती कि crow बहुत अच्छा बोलता है. Whenever a crow speaks sitting outside our house, हम always क्या करते हैं, उड़ा देते हैं, है ना, उसको उड़ा देते हैं because वो सूदिंग नहीं है. तो सूदिंग नहीं है कहीं, बट यहाँ पे यही सडनली चेंज का काम है. So the answer is, the first part is answered, albatross. We can say it is albatross or nightingale or cuckoo bird. Next, do you think crow is often mentioned in poems? No, it is not often mentioned in the poem. Okay. Then next, what images come to your mind when you think of a crow? I have already explained. The images are of sadness, somewhere croak croak sound that doesn't soothe, so soothing nahi hai. Now next question, again, what is a hemlock tree? Why does the poet write about a more beautiful tree as maple, oak or a pine? अब क्या है यहाँ पे hemlock tree. Hemlock का, if we see a basic example of a hemlock tree, meaning is that hemlock is a poisonous plant with white flowers. You can see the meaning in front of you in the text, a poisonous plant with small white flowers. Now the big question arises that जब poet को पता था ये एक poisonous plant है, so why poet ने इसको ही क्यों use किया? उसने कोई और अच्छा प्लांट, जैसे कि कोई बहुत ब्यूटीफुल लाइक मेपल, ओक, पाइन, इन्हें यूज क्यों नहीं किया? बिकॉज पोएट को यहाँ पे क्या यूज करना था, आयरन यूज करनी थी, एंड पोएट वांटेड टू मेक इट मोर इंटरेस्टिंग. ही वांटेड टू शो दैट समटाइम्स द थिंग which we take as sadness, जिसे हम कहीं ना कहीं sadness, sorrow इस चीजों में लेते हैं, that thing also can be happening. वो भी सडनली एक बहुत बड़ा चेंजर, एक बहुत बड़ा मूड चेंजर साबित हो सकता है. तो पोएट को कुछ ऐसा करना था, समथिंग डिफरेंट. ही वांटेड टू शो दैट गॉड ने ब्यूटी का एक एलिमेंट हर चीज में डाला है. हम उसके बारे में क्या सोचते हैं, इट इज अनदर थिंग. हमें कोई चीज ऐसी लगती है कि नहीं, इस चीज के अंदर तो कुछ भी क्या है, कुछ भी हैप्पीनेस जैसा नहीं है, ये सैड है, ये लाइफलेस है, ये कलरलेस है, ये डाउन हार्टेड चीज है. बट गॉड ने जिसे भी बनाया ना, ही हैज मेड हिम, हर और इट. एनीथिंग इज अ ब्यूटी इम्बाइडेड इन. सबके अंदर एक ब्यूटी का एलिमेंट होता है. द थिंग इज टू टेक आउट एंड एक्सप्रेस दैट एलिमेंट. तो पोएट कहीं ना कहीं ये बताना चाह रहा था कि इवन इफ द ट्री इज poisonous, but still it can work as a medium of positivity to someone. Okay, तो इस वजह से उन्होंने यहाँ पे क्या किया, मेपल, ऑक और पाइन को यूज करके किसे किया, हेमलॉक ट्री. एंड आई थिंक हेमलॉक जो है वो कहीं ना कहीं क्या है, एक सच में हमारे लिए उसी ने आकर के इसको बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग बना दिया. What do the crow and hemlock represent? Joy or sorrow? वो represent तो क्या कर रहे हैं, his sorrow. What does the snow, dust or snow that the crow shakes off on the hemlock tree stands for? It stands for joy. Okay, so third question is also explained. Now moving to the main third question. Have there been times when you felt depressed or hopeless? Have you experienced? Students, are you able to hear me? Raise your hand. Any of you raise your hand? Okay. Okay, thank you. Have there been times when you felt depressed or hopeless? Have you experienced a similar moment that changed your life? आपको क्या लाइफ में कभी ऐसा कोई टाइम आता है when you feel depressed or hopeless, and have you experienced a similar moment that changed your mood? That so this is a question basically, students, based on your thinking. तो इसे हम क्या करते हैं, इसे हम नेक्स्ट क्लास का स्टार्टिंग सेशन छोड़ते हैं. यू ऑल थिंक अबाउट, आई होप एंड आई फील एंड आई विश कि आप लोगों की लाइफ में आज तक याद है कभी भी ऐसा कोई डिप्रेसिंग मोमेंट ना आया. बट स्टिल समटाइम्स हमें ऐसा लगता है. तो इफ एनीबडी हैज सच एक्सपीरियंस, टुमारो बिफोर बिगिनिंग द क्लास हम थोड़ा सा इस क्वेश्चन को एक्सप्लेन करेंगे एंड आप लोगों के व्यूज में इससे सुनेंगे. ओके, तो सिमिलर मोमेंट, कोई ऐसी ब्यूटी की चीज जिसने क्या किया हो, आपका मूड चेंज कर दिया. तो ये तो हमारी आज की क्लास यहाँ पे ओवर. वी विल स्टॉप दिस क्लास, बट स्टिल आवर क्वेश्चन आंसर राउंड इज रिमेनिंग. आई विल मूव टू द क्वेरी राउंड. ओके, आई होप योर क्वेरीज आर रेडी. तो बेसिकली एक्सप्लेनेशन यहाँ पे हम खत्म करते हैं. होप एवरीथिंग इज वेल एक्सप्लेन्ड. टुमारो we will take up the next poem, and before that we are going to take this third question. If anybody has an answer, okay, otherwise I'll explain it on my way. So now let us start with the query round. Okay, so two questions, the two main questions are from my side. Just raise your hand, I will ask any one of you. Okay, so first question is the name of the poem clear? What's the name of the poem today? Raise your hand. Yes, raise your hand. Who wants to answer? Yes, yes. Who wants to answer? Raise your hands today. Okay, so now any one of you want to ask any query, you can raise your hand. Anyone? जिसे कुछ समझ में नहीं आया today, पूछ लो. Okay, one by one I am going to answer you. Yes. Okay.
गुड मॉर्निंग मैम.
Good morning, Yuvraj. Yes.
मैम मेरे को फर्स्ट पैरा समझ नहीं आया बिल्कुल भी.
अच्छा, फर्स्ट पैराग्राफ क्या है, मैं अभी एक्सप्लेन करती हूँ. ओके, फर्स्ट पैराग्राफ है द वे अ क्रो shook down on me. आपको मालूम है ना हेमलॉक ट्री पे कौन था, क्रो बैठा था, राइट? जब वो ट्री के ऊपर बैठा था तो उसने क्या किया, जो ब्रांचेस होती है उसकी ट्री की, उसको क्या किया, शूक किया. और ट्री के ऊपर क्या था, कुछ कुछ स्नो पार्टिकल्स थे. ठीक है, वो जो स्नो पार्टिकल्स थे ना, जैसे ही पेड़ हिला ना, तो वो जो स्नो थी, स्नो समझते हो, बर्फ, ठीक है, छोटे छोटे पार्टिकल डस्ट जैसे, वो नीचे की तरफ गिरे. और वो किसके ऊपर गिरे जा करके, वो पोएट जो ट्री के नीचे था. अब सडनली क्या होता है, आप कहीं खड़े हो, आपके ऊपर कोई चीज गिरती है, तो क्या होता है, आप एकदम से शेक होते हो ना कि अरे ये क्या हुआ. तो ऐसा ही उसके साथ हुआ. बट यहाँ क्या हुआ, वो साइक्लिस में था, बट डस्ट ऑफ स्नो ने उसके मूड को क्या कर दिया, हैप्पी कर दिया. ओके, बस इतना सही था, कुछ इसमें और इशू नहीं है. और कुछ बाकी अच्छे से समझ में आ गया आपको?
यस मैम.
ओके, ओके. हेलो, हेलो.
Hello, good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, Lakshay. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
So, okay, students. So next, tomorrow we are going to start the next poem, that is Fire and Ice. Okay. So I hope everything is well explained. You just go through the poem, and we will also take a little review of this tomorrow. Okay. Thank you. Stay home. Stay safe.